Over the years, black people, Africans, humans with melanin have been subjugated, colonized, killed, and highly hated by the society. Mankind hasn't shown the black man favor or grace. And I would understand why Africans left the gods that they used to worship and started worshiping Jesus and also Allah, because I would understand why they took the colonial masters' gods. Where were their gods when the colonial masters came and infiltrated their land and massacred them? But think about it today, yeah. I saw a video on TikTok where a lady spoke about how she and a black friend went on a trip together. So she made a comparison on how she goes on trips by herself and how she goes on a trip with a black person. She's white, very, very white, a typical white lady. Now, she said that in her own words that when she travels around Europe and to different Western countries, they treat her with so much grace and love. But when she travels with the black person, it's like suddenly she becomes an outcast. And that is her as a white person. Now imagine the level of racism that the black person actually faces. She faces a form of secondary racism because she's hanging out with a person of color, a black person. Now imagine the kind of segregation a black person actually faces. One of the reasons why I'm highly scared of going back to the UK today, or not today, well, I'm not going back to the UK today, but I spoke to my dad downstairs and he told me to send my account number so that I can book my flight for Monday or Tuesday, that's 16th or 17th of February. I'm terrified. I'm scared for my life because now I'm going back to that system of colonialism and segregation whereby anywhere I go into, everyone turns their neck and starts looking at me like an outcast, like an actual misfit. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to a nation where I am not accepted, where I am not loved, where I do not feel like I belong. I don't feel like I'm among them. I feel hated. Everything I do is questioned. Now, do you know how insane it is that the black man gets all these treatments and then the black man is typically seen as the violent criminal, whereas the race of humans that have committed the least crime on the planet is the black man. Us Africans, if you are African watching this, us Africans have committed the least amount of crime, from stealing to lying to whatnot. We've committed the least. We are the most peaceful of all human races. Africans are the most peaceful. Africans never woke up one morning and decided that they want to conquer empires. Africans do not go around killing people. No, the only Africans killing people in Western countries are the Africans that were stolen and taken away from their own lands and then are being maltreated in the lands that they are living. And yet we are seen as the most gruesome, the most criminal-minded of our races. Whereas the white man would come to Africa and steal our resources. Even in 2026, as at 2026, the white man still comes to our nations and they are still stealing from us. And yet they say that we are the criminals, whereas they are the biggest of the criminals on the planet. They are even killing the planet. They are stealing from us so much that they are stealing from the planet, and the planet is literally dying because of their greed. And yet they will say the black man is the problem. And yet we know that we are not the problem. So what do we do about this as Africans? I think it is time for us Africans to rise up and say no. Are you not tired of living abroad? Are you not tired of not being loved? Do us black people, do we have like a form of plague that makes us not want to like force ourselves in places that do not want us? How is it so difficult for us to actually develop our nations? Why are our leaders so corrupt? Why are you so corrupt that you will steal from us? You will take it to a land that does not even want you. Why? Think. Why are you so corrupt? Even if you are so corrupt, why not develop your nation with the corruption? White people are not better than us, they are worse than us, but at least the corruption and the stealing is still to empower their people and to grow their nation. They are not stealing from America and building infrastructures in Sweden. They steal from Americans and build infrastructures in America, or steal from America, build bad infrastructures in China to employ people for cheap labor and then develop America. But primarily speaking, they build infrastructures in America to develop their nation. So why are we stealing from our own nation and then building infrastructures in another man's nation and developing their nation? Although you are living abroad as a black person, even if you're a black politician and you're a thief and you are building things abroad, deep down, not even deep down, you don't need to deep it, you don't need to go critical about it. Surface thinking, you see how they treat you when you're trying to enter their nations. At the border, you see the look they give you. You know they don't love you. So why are you forcing yourself on these people? What kind of mental slavery is this? Wake up, Africans, please. Enough is enough. Traveling abroad and leaving your nation to another man's nation is not an achievement. Praying for visa in the church is not ideal, because that is not even a prayer point. The prayer point is for your nation to be developed so that you don't go to another man's country for survival. You go there just for sightseeing and for vacation and for enjoyment, and you come back to your country because your country provides the most enjoyment that you can ever experience in life. Why are we running from our own nation? Why are we running from our own continent? When there is nothing out there, there is no love out there, there are no friends out there, there is no family member out there, even the job opportunities out there, that the menial jobs that they give to us, they give us the worst type of jobs that they themselves will never do. So why are we running there, and why are we forcing ourselves on these people? Wake up, guys. Enough is enough, guys. It is time for us to wake up. Wake up.